y'all. What's up, everyone? Hey, Skittles. Hey, Tia. Hey, Nay. Hey, Jeremiah. Hey, Linda. Hey, Sweet and Sleuthy. Oh my gosh, y'all. Hey, Criminality. Hey, sexy wild thing, Carol freaking Claus. Her name just gets better and better every time I see her. Thank you, Criminality, for becoming a member. Welcome. Solstice Star. I know, me too. I was like, I was wasting so much time this morning. I'm still drinking coffee. My kid's down at the beach. He's been at the beach for like a week now, so my schedule's all off. To be working, but you're here instead. Thank you for renewing Criminality. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you about this movie I watched last night. So, does anyone like the Evil Dead movies? Well, they have like a new one they made. You had way too much coffee. I'm still on my first cup. It's kind of sad. I need more. Well, I used to love the Evil Dead movies when I was younger. I don't know, like some of them are kind of like funny, like they got like some like I don't know. Yeah, the chainsaws. Well, I was like, "Oh yeah, the new Evil Dead movie, let's watch it." The shit was so scary. It was the creepiest movie I've ever seen. I was like, I shouldn't have picked this like to watch before I went to bed. It was not there was no comic relief for anything in this movie. It was wild. But they did bring out a chainsaw at the end, so that made me happy. But it was like, oh my gosh, it was so creepy as a kid. Found like the Book of the Dead or whatever, and it possessed his mom. And his mom was scary as hell. Ferdinand, oh, how cute. I I watch a lot of Garfield. My son loves Garfield. I can't tell you how many times I watch Garfield, and he makes me watch this show, Grizzy and the Lemmings, which it's actually kind of funny. There's no words. It's like one of those like Tom and Jerry shows where there's like no words, but it's hilarious. I love shows like that where it doesn't even have to be words and they're funny. But yeah, if you want to watch, yeah. I always think it's a good idea to watch a creepy movie right before bed. But let me tell you, if you want to watch a really scary movie, The Evil Dead Rises wins. It was bad. Hey man, Miss Hatter. What's up? How are you? Yeah, it was scary. It was creepy as hell. Um so last we left off, we spent like an hour and a half searching Google Maps for the place where she was found. And luckily, Tia, I wanted to go meet her down there, but I'm having all kinds of car problems right now. Jeremiah, it was good. It was just scary as hell. Hey Avery, hey Princess Megan Elsa. Like, it was really good, but it was scary. All right. Let me just tell you one part because I was so grossed out by it. There was a lot of like gory parts, but the one part the possessed lady grabs like one of them big cheese graters, like them big metal cheese graters, and slams it on the girl's leg and like scrapes it down. I was like, oh my lord, it was so bad. If you don't like gory movies, prepare. the the last horror movie that I was genuinely freaked out by was Hereditary. And this one was like probably right there along with it. So I saw Tia in here earlier. I don't know if she's in here, but I was trying to go with her to go to the trail. She went to the trail and she took some pictures, so I have a better idea uh, where she was found. Yeah, Hereditary scared the crap out of me too. Hereditary was terrifying. Yeah, Tubi. I've watched some stuff on Tubi, but I'll check it out. I like those kind of movies too. But I think this one was like so creepy because the lady was like scary. Okay, criminality. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping in. Um, and thank you for renewing. I appreciate you so much. The Evil Dead movies. Oh, the Evil Dead movies are great. My uncle, he loves horror movies, so I've seen them all. But yeah, Hereditary scared the crap out of me too. This was like creepy like that. Like the lady was possessed and she was creepy as hell, and that made it scary. But so Tia found out where the place that Rachel was found, which yes, nay, where she's like in the corner of the ceiling. Yeah, that's scary. She's just like turn around and she's in the corner of the ceiling behind him. Oh my gosh, that scared the crap out of me. And that movie was scary as hell. It was. I will say it's up there with Hereditary, like creepy. And they picked the perfect lady to play the part on this movie, like perfect. She was good. They kind of made her look like a very creepy version of the girl from Nightmare Before Christmas. The doll lady with the red hair and the stitches all over. They made her look like a possessed version of her. It was good. I recommend it. Just be prepared. Let me pull some stuff up. But anyways, from what I've seen, from where Rachel was found, I personally think that there's no way that somebody could have like killed her elsewhere and brought her there. It's like it doesn't really it's not somewhere that would be easily accessible. You would have to like it would be hard to transfer somebody there is what I'm saying. Like it would be really hard. So I took a few screenshots so I can kind of show you a better like idea. So this is just my theories. Either some stalker was lying in wait and knew she was going to be there, or it was like a opportunity kill, like they just decided to pick her out of randomly, or she met somebody at the bar, the independent brewery, and then they went for a walk and then something happened. So like that's the only thing I can really come up with in a sense. Hey Lori, hey. Because it doesn't map out to me. Hold on, I'm going to send myself some pictures so I can show you guys. I should have done this before I got on, but I am a master of waiting till the very last minute. So give me a second. But also, there is. So, from what I've been seeing, there is some custody things. She has several different exes. Some seemed like they were pretentious. I know one of her children was at least 18. I think that the guy was Pumpkin! Hi! I haven't seen you in so long. Where have you been? Hey, Pumpkin! Oh, that makes me so happy. Pumpkin's here. Did I send these or what? Like, what is going on? Watch, I sent them to somebody else or something. I swear I sent it to myself. Ah, okay. Here we go. All right, here's a map of the trail. So this is the red is the entrance where. All right, so here's my thing, Carol. I thought about this. Maybe a female with a friend. I I don't know if a female could have done this. Oh, Lori, well hopefully my soothing voice can put you to sleep. I was like that last night listening to YouTube stuff, trying to fall asleep, just putting it in my ear. Actually, listening to YouTube kind of like calmed me. I just put it on low and put some, video on and fall asleep with it next to my ear. You'd be surprised, just people talking put you to sleep sometimes. But so the red is the entrance to the trail. I think a lot of people they put the yellow to show like that a lot of people had thought that her body was found there, but her body was more found around like not even where the all right, see where that like thing that says Lyrion dendron? It was more in there. Like the end of the point here. It was over here. It was like this bridge that goes across. I'll show you on like Google Maps too. But it was like a little bridge with like a stream under it. And there's a guy going around, Michael Grabieski, or I don't know, some weird uh, last name. He says him and his stepdaughter were searching for her, and she was the one who found the body. Now, cops are saying this man has no firsthand knowledge of the crime scene, but he may have second hand knowledge, in my opinion. Like, I do think I feel like their wording is specific for a reason. I feel like he does have secondhand knowledge from maybe his stepdaughter telling him. So I'm not going to completely write it off. But if it is true what he said, I'm not going to completely take it seriously either because they are saying he doesn't have firsthand knowledge. I'm not sure, Linda. I know that she was into like fitness, but I don't. That's a good question. I haven't really seen anything of anyone saying that it was a regular thing, you know? Okay, so why is it there we go. This is what I'm told. It was like a thing like this, like a little bridge that goes across. I believe it was there's like a little like area that walks down to the stream right there. So from what that guy explained, if it is true, now we might have to take this with a grain of salt because the police said he doesn't have firsthand knowledge, but in my opinion, he may have secondhand knowledge. He said that she appeared as if she would. There was like a trail of blood that went like 20. Oh yay! Lori's been a member for 6 months. I can see that. Are they changing things? Because I feel like I see things today I normally don't see. Woohoo! Yay! I know. Thank you, Lori, for saying something. I kind of like rushed over here. Uh, sorry, Jen. I feel listening. I rushed over here this morning, so I didn't even have time to type because I was like, running in my office like a psychopath. The girl I'm talking about, she was found so that there was a blood trail about 20 feet, the guy said, if this is true, and that she was completely nude and that her face was like appeared like she was hit with like a rock or something, and that there was a rock nearby, and her face was like there's a rock nearby that looked like it had like maybe some caked up blood on it and stuff, and thank you, Lori. I can't see that. All right, maybe I lied. Maybe StreamYard hasn't changed. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate Lori, and I love you, girl. Yes, hooligans here. She's listening. Oh, I'm gonna pull up Google Maps because I just love me some Google Maps. It's always easier to get an idea. And I'll show you guys. And then he sent me some like pictures. Why does this look different? All right, let me see. Oh, thank you, sweet and Luthi. Hey, Tiffany Crockett. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to, okay, here we go. Everything's backwards and it's confusing me. Where's my projects? Aha. All right, let me share. I hate when you open Google Maps, you go to an area and it's all twisted around. Wasn't how you looked at it before, so it looked all confusing, All right, so I think okay. I marked all the spots, so we know. Way down here is Rachel's home. It was fairly. I mean, maybe we can go on the street just because I'd like to see things. So I think this is her house. Small, cute. It's within like a 6-minute drive, I believe Tia said. Like it's pretty. Everything's very close enough where it's like a short drive. Yes, stepping into the nap time. I want to sing like a song on Blues Clues where it's like mail time, mail time, mail time, mail time, but like with a map. Ooh, popsicles sound so good. I do have popsicles in the freezer. They're my son's, but I can buy him new ones. I have some Philly popsicles in there, and they're good. Okay. I was just on here marking every culvert I can find. I love popsicles. I could eat popsicles all day. All right, so this is where Richard supposedly lives. Um, he lives at from what I've heard, he lives at the Man Center, which is like a recovery house. And they have very strict rules there. Um, you can't have a car, which is kind of confusing to me because he does say he dropped Rachel off after they went to the gym. You have to be you have to attend. They hurt your teeth? Oh no. Yeah, I do have sensitive teeth, but not so sensitive that I can't eat popsicles. But I know what you're saying, like the hot and cold sensitivity. I get that sometimes. But you have to be there for the meetings. They have meetings throughout the day. And one, I believe, is at 7 o'clock. Now I've heard that somebody's seen him at the AA meeting at 7:30. I don't know if he was there by 7 o'clock and on time or not, but the meeting does start at 7, but I don't believe somebody said they saw him until 7:30. Um, so and then it sounds like to me after his AA meeting, maybe he went and met up with uh a couple of her kids, not all of her kids, because apparently she didn't have all of them or they all weren't there. Uh, I don't know. It kind of goes back and forth in the group. Some people are saying she had custody of all her kids. Some were saying she didn't. Some were saying she does, but not all were there. So I don't really know, but it sounds like some of the kids, maybe not all of them, he met up with them and they searched for her. But then we also have Richard's mother saying he was at work at that point. So I was like, was he at an AA meeting? Was he at work? Maybe he tells his mom he's working so she doesn't know that that's where he is, or she's, not trying to make him look bad. I don't know. So there could be things being misconstrued because maybe he tells her certain things or she doesn't want to make him look bad in a certain light. So orange and grape popsicles, they're like the worst colors. Like if I get them like freeze pops, my fridge is just filled with orange, grape, and green at the end. Every other color's gone. But I like the water ices, the little water ice things. I get like the cherry water ices and then the Philly. They're called like Philly popsicles. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm from Philly. I feel inclined to buy the Philly popsicles. Pink is good. I like pink. But I feel like grape and orange are like the least favorite. I've never heard anyone say they liked orange and grape. You're special, Tiffany, if you like the orange and grape. I mean, I like orange and grape flavor, some stuff, like soda, but I don't know about popsicles. Only Tiff. Right? Only Tiff's like the orange and grape. All right, so here's the independent brewery, which a lot of people are saying blue's good too, yeah. So green's a popular color then, huh? I mean, I don't mind green. I like the green. I can do green. I'm literally about to go take a picture of my freezer right now, y'all, so you can see all the leftover freeze pops that nobody eats that are orange, green, and grape. I have some in there. I'm not even kidding. Um, my son hates the orange and grape, so we get different boxes. See, I knew it. I knew it wasn't crazy. Hey, Ava. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here listening. Hey, Nina. All right. So here's the independent brewery. There's been a lot of talk about the independent brewery. A lot of people think maybe someone from the brewery seen her or someone from the brewery followed her. There was a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but this particular guy says that he had seen her at the brewery before, hanging out with some people who seemed, from what I read, like from how he explained them, they seemed fairly like shady, I guess. He kind of explained it in a way like, let me see if I took a picture of it. But he went on and on about how he saw her at this bar and she was hanging out with these strange people and they would, I don't really know what he was trying to get at. Maybe they like sold drugs there or something. I don't know how to really like, I'm trying to find it. Like, I know I took a million screenshots, so I'm trying to see if I can find where he said, and then someone also commented in the group and said, "Does the world know that her ex was at Independent Brewery Company that same time? Apparently, that was a horrible breakup." Now, I don't know if that's true, but there's a bunch of stuff going on. I've also heard that the man house was raided, like at like 4 a.m. on a Tuesday, and that they searched everything. So, hey, Mal, what's up? Gosh, I can't find that post, but I know I took a picture of it somewhere. But the guy basically said he's seen her hang out at the bar a few times, and that she hung out with some like strange people there, and you know they they looked like they were up to some like shady activities. I mean, that's what it sounded like he was trying to say. And then so it makes me wonder, is it possible that while, she's knowing, because, sometimes when you're in the beginning of like a relationship, which it seemed like they were, sometimes it's not all that serious to people. And if you have like an ex you're still hung up on or, something like that. Oh, yeah. The grandma saying, oh, yeah. Well, I seen something the grandma said trying to say that she, like, wasn't a good person and didn't have custody of all her kids, and then somebody anonymous posted something similar, and then everyone was wondering if that was the grandma. Um, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in that group. Not that I know of, Nina. Like, I haven't heard that they have any suspect, and they didn't discount, like, they said they don't know if there's a threat to the community or not. So they never made it clear that there wasn't a threat to the community. Um, so you know what I mean? Like it sounds like they're kind of stumped. So I wish I could. So this isn't a good theory. Someone said, "Did anyone see her at the Independent last night? I hope nothing has happened to her, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear she went back to Independent after her walk, had a few drinks, and got a safe ride home, which is why her car was still there." And that was not obviously she didn't get a safe ride home, but maybe she did go back to maybe she went to the Independent. Now, also, there was a man who said he saw her making a left onto William Street from the parking lot. So if she parked over here, she may have walked over to the bar, and then at 6:45 someone saw her entering the trail alone. Um I'm not really sure. So I've seen several different things. Um Someone had said she didn't have custody of any of her children. Um and then someone said she has some of them. Uh so I don't really know what's true and what's not, but from what I from what I gather, one was older and moved, and maybe she could have had a few of them, but not all of them. No, not that they haven't really put anything out there, like any suspect or any they haven't put out a sketch or anything like that. They just not that I know of. Like, I didn't see any updates. But so, like, people are like family members and stuff saying that, I don't know, the grandma of the kid saying she wasn't the greatest person. But at the same time, if you have a shoddy relationship with one of your exes, their grandmom is, going to be very biased. You know what I'm saying? Like, the cause of death was head from what it sounded like blunt force trauma to the head, possibly with a rock. Like, it was so bad that her face was like, disfigured. And she was dating a guy for a couple weeks who lived in a um like a recovery house down the street, not far away. But he had a meeting around that time. But his mom also said he was at work around that time. So I'm not really sure about that either. Um, but I think, what could be a viable, like theory. Either somebody was waiting for her, I heard there's a big homeless camp in there. It could have been a crime of opportunity, or because maybe someone saw her making a left out of the parking lot. Maybe she went over to the bar, met up with somebody, they took a walk, and then something went wrong, or somebody followed her from the bar. Because there was a woman who said she saw her entering the trail alone, though. Yeah, Tiff, that's what they said. Could be B&B, yeah. So, in my opinion, there's no way she could have died elsewhere and they dragged her on, because it was. Let me try and show you if you can see through the trees where it was. All right, so the trail goes like this. Watch my arrow, and then it turns around here, and then over here, it's like. All right, I think this is it. This looks like the bridge, right? And then it's like over. It's like over a little bit. So, like, that's the bridge I believe they, like, dragged her under, because this is Heavenly Waters, and this is where it crosses. So I think it's here. I think that's the same bridge. And it was, like, over to the side, on this side, and she was, like, dragged underneath. Also, I believe there's, like, a fence over here. Hold on, let me go on the street. I don't remember if it's a fence just circled around that area, but I still think it would be extremely hard to just like, look at all that. I mean, that would be fairly difficult to sneak in there with a body. That's a long ways to go to carry, like, dead weight, you know what I'm saying? But I suppose somebody could figure it out somehow. Why is it not working? Come on. Can y'all hear me still, or is it being fun? I can't tell if y'all can hear me or if my whole thing went out. All right, hold on. I don't know what just happened, but I'm back. I'm on my phone, my whole computer. For some reason, in the afternoon. Oh no, hold on. I think it's letting me back on. I'm scared that if I switch, how do I leave here? Hold on a minute. All right, I'm gonna try and switch over real quick without it going wow, 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 and hurting everybody's ears. But just be prepared, just in case. Okay, can y'all hear me? Oh my lord. I think I'm good now though. I don't know why it does this, but in the afternoon my internet just hates me. Like at night it's cool, and then why does it look different? Uh has anyone stepped forward of a timeline? Hey, two lonely Swedish fish Wolfie. I love the name. That sounds very sad. Two lonely Swedish fish. I would be very upset if I only had two Swedish fish left because they're like my fave. Um, so a lot of people have stepped forward to talk about. So there's, I can look up her cases. You can look up their cases, and they kind of give you an idea. I think the one was like, hold on, Maryland court. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll show you guys. I'll show you. I don't know how to read the like. I don't know. Sometimes these court stuff, they'll be like, here we go. Let me show you guys. They keep it very like simple and don't really give you a lot of information. So here's one guy. Defendant. This was in like 2010. You know, I would be shocked if a relationship. I don't know. I wouldn't think it's so like an older one, but I guess you never know. You never know. But and someone did explain. I think she had one, two, I think she had her oldest with the one guy, and then she had two, either two or three with the next one, and then two with the next one, or two or three. Like it either went one, two, and then three kids, or like one, three, and two. I think, unless there was another one, but um, complaint for custody filed on 5/3/2010. So he would have filed it, right? If he's the plaintiff, the guy would have filed it, I think. Custody or visitation issues. Or he could have been, I mean, for all we know, she could have had custody and he could have been filing for visitation. So that's where it kind of gets like a petition for custody is like, oh, you can petition for visitation. You can, it's to change up your custody order, like see custody or visitation issues, service issue, motion, request for language interpreter. Pro se party when answer received, hearing sheet. So I guess they came to a parenting agreement in 2011, order and parenting agreement. Hearing held before court for evaluation report by Francine Segai. Parties reach and sign temporary parenting plan. You know, for all we know, this could just be like regular stuff. And then 2018, the final costs were waived. I did slide in how. I did for you. Midland funding. Let's see. I think this might have to do with her cleaning business, but I'm not 100% sure. She has a cleaning business, which I did see the business name. I forget what it was called, something cleaners. She's had it for years. And then somebody said that, yeah, they requested like a garnishment of wages and that she didn't have wages. So so I don't know how well she was doing in her cleaning thing or whatever, but that's where they said she got her money from. And of course, everybody's going to wonder, you know, could she have, you know, look, I'm just going to say it. I'm not trying to, like, I think everyone at some point you wonder, like, could, by the way that she looks, you know, could she have had like an OnlyFans or stuff like that? And no judgment here, but and I don't know if she did or not, but I know a lot of people, it seems like in the group, are trying to say it without saying it. Like, well, what did she do? Or what was her job? Um, but for all we know, she didn't do that. And she just did cleaning and made a lot of money. I know a lot of people who make a lot of money from cleaning. So you never know. But I think a lot of people were like curious about that because she looks like she spends a lot of money on like her looks, like Botox and things like that. But there's also people who just like to invest in their looks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't assume. I know a lot of people were trying to like imply, but for all I know, um, she just likes to look good. You know what I mean? Like some people just like to look nice and you know, invest their money in looking nice. Like she obviously liked to tan and work out and take care of herself from what it sounded like. So uh yeah, I can't deny I love me some Botox. That's what I'm saying. Like it seems like whenever you run into like, somebody who's like super pretty, everybody's like, did they do that? Maybe they had like a crazed fan or something, which you never know. But I don't understand why people just can't like to invest. Why people can't just invest in how they look or, look nice. So who knows? But it sounds like that she did well in her cleaning business, so that could be it. And then here's her other two stuff. Yeah. I mean, hey, I don't knock anybody if they do. I think if you're doing what you got to do to feed your kids and be a good mom and do what you got to do, you work in medical. Well, there you go. And Southern California definitely comes with the territory. I need Botox too, man. I'm feeling like my cheeks are getting a little saggy here. I'm scared though. Like I'm scared that I would go to like one of those people who would make me look like one of them blown up balloons. I would want it to look natural. So I get nervous. I don't know if I'd ever do it, but so here's another one. Joseph. Who are these other people? Okay, so this is an emergency hearing they had in 2013. Custody stuff. So I'm guessing this is one of her exes too. Complaint for divorce in 2012. Let me see. Dun, dun, dun. I don't even understand these. And I feel like they're so very vague that you can't really know exactly what it is for unless you like can read stuff. Like if you're like a lawyer, but I don't even think even then because like a petition for custody could be anything. Like someone requesting to change stuff or petition to modify custody. There you go. Complaint for modification of custody of minor children and child support. And these are all like older relationships, so yeah, that's what I was saying, sweet and smoothly. Like I feel like there's a lot of people who don't look. Yeah, Madonna freaks me out, man. Like some people just overdo it. I don't know. Like this one, the last one was I think this one goes all the way to 2019. Like they kind of go back and forth to 2019, but it starts in 2012. And the other one starts in like 2010 and goes all the way to 2018. So these are like old. And then the most recent one is like 2017 all the way up to 2022 where the cases ordered that defendant's petition to modify visitation. So Jonathan would be the defendant. Petition to modify. I'm just trying to see if I can find anything that's consent order that the terms attached here too is incorporated. This order is permanent and conclusion of the litigation regarding custody of the child. Children can only be changed upon showing of substantial change in circumstances. See, I don't know, like, who's that, who, like, parenting plan, submit it. Order that parties shall share joint legal custody of the party's minor children. Yeah. So that one goes pretty, like, yeah, I agree. A lot of people overdo it, and that's the problem. But if we do it a little bit, I think it's okay. Like, you could tell that she had Botox, but she still looked pretty. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't look too bad on her. But I like, personally, I just think she was, like, invested in her looks, and if you have the money, then you know, she had her own business cleaning, so I'm sure she did well for herself. All right, let me go back to my map. You think she ever did it? I don't know. I guess in some pictures, like, I feel like the pictures where she didn't have a lot of makeup on, she actually looked kind of cute. But like the ones where she had a lot of makeup on, maybe she overdid her lips a little bit. But like, I don't think her cheeks or anything look bad. So this is what we have. She came into this parking lot. I'm not sure if it was this parking lot or this parking lot. She overdid her lips. That's filler, but she still, yeah. So like, I don't think her cheeks look bad though, but her lips definitely. So so filler and Botox is different? I always thought it was all the same thing. Shows how much I know. I'm telling you what we as dudes talk about. I think she was pretty though. Like, expect, like, she looked really cute in that one picture where she didn't have makeup on and she was like sitting in between the guy's legs. She looked super cute there. I mean, she looked cute in all of them, but that one I thought she looked like naturally pretty. So anyway, she's seen either making a left out of here or here, like leaving the parking lot and making a left on William. So I'm wondering if she was in this parking lot and made a left and went to the bar. I've been hearing a lot of people say that maybe. All right, so I've been hearing conflicting reports. A lot of people say that she like wasn't alone, but then a woman said she entered the trail alone. So, like, I've heard that there's some locals saying that she was never alone. So I don't know. It makes me wonder if maybe she met somebody at the bar. All right, Devil. Um, like, I feel like that's like, in my mind, I feel like that's the most logical theory. Maybe she went and met someone at the bar and they went for a walk together and something went wrong, or she stopped over at the bar, left, and then someone followed her. That's okay, Mel. I do that all the time. I say hi to everybody and then I get sidetracked and I'm like, oh my gosh, everyone's probably saying hi to me and I didn't go back and tag all of them. Or those people where I'm like, I have to, like, I feel like I'll go back later and find them and be like, I'm so sorry. I didn't say hi back to you. um, so she walked down the trail, I'm guessing, and then right around, where is it? It's weird looking at it from this way. Hold on. I believe it looks like this spot again. Is like a little bridge right here. That it looks like that spot. So it's about a half a mile down on the trail. And it's not, in my opinion, it's not close enough to the highway or not close enough here that it would be easy to like hide a body there. You know what I mean? Hey, Punksy. Like, I don't think she was killed elsewhere and hidden there just because I just feel like that would be too much trouble to do all that, and she was already seen walking onto the trail, so I was like, what are the odds that somebody would take her off the trail and bring her back? It's not logical to me. So I feel like either someone from the bar followed her, or she met someone at the bar, or somebody was, like, lying in wait for a random opportunity. Carol Closet does. I used to do that stuff when I was a kid, like, vacuum my hair up and stuff. We used to make, like, forts, like, trying to make them like a house, and we would pretend the vacuum was like a shower and suck our hair up. I was a weird little kid, I don't know why we did that, but we did. But, yeah, so sounds like she was probably about, like, 20 feet from here and then drug over from secondhand knowledge, I would imagine, or maybe the guy's just totally lying, but I'm not sure if she was there. Alright, so B&B. From what some locals are saying is that she hung out at the independent brewery, like, she was seen there a lot, from what I've heard. This is just me putting together things that I've read. Uh, she hung up she hung out there sometimes. She had, from what some people had said, they had seen her at the bar hanging with some strange people. And he went in very like, the one guy went into a very detailed account of what she did at the bar, like, she would hang out with these guys who just sat there for a while and would whisper in their ear and then go get drinks and bring them drinks, and, like, it almost sounded like they were people there, like, I don't know if I should say this because it's just how, like, I interpret it in my head, but it sounded like, people who were, like, dealing drugs or something, like, the way he described it. You've never heard of the Mom Patra? I've heard it's, like, super beautiful and popular in that town, but, I mean, it's like a town trail, so I've been to Maryland a couple times. I'm not too far from Maryland 'cause I'm in PA, but, like, just from, like, what the guy said, and this could be totally wrong. I could have interpreted this completely wrong, and I wish I could find this post. But, like, it almost sounded like he was implying that she hung out with shady people at the bar who kinda were, like, from what he observed, looked like they were, like, drug dealers or something. And I may have interpreted that, like, so far off, but it just that's how it sounded. I can't even explain what the guy said because it was, like, strange. It was like, these guys just sat in the corner for hours, and she would walk back and forth, and, I don't know. And then, I've heard from locals that she was never alone, that she was with somebody, but then another guy said that she was seen making a left out of the parking lot alone, which she could have been walking to the bar then. And then another person seen her walking onto the trailhead at 6:45 by herself. All right, let me see. So it's kind of, I don't know, like, kind of confused. Nature is beautiful, but a lot of shady towns and cities. Really? I didn't know that. Well, like, the only thing that is, like, strange to me, I don't know, maybe she was like, maybe she had, since she was dating the guy, like Richard, maybe she had, like, met him. Like, I don't know. Or maybe they met at the gym for all I know. He was in the fitness and she was in the fitness, but, like, it makes you wonder, like, was she hanging out with shady people or, I don't know. But for all we know, she was seen getting on the trail alone by some lady. She could have just been walking on the trail and some, psychopath was just waiting, to pounce. Who knows? But like I said, it's kind of conflicting with what people are saying. Yeah, I think so too, B&B or somebody that like pissed her off or that she hurt because it seemed like it was almost like an angry, like like an angry, revengeful thing or something. Crazy mama. All right. You know what I mean? It seems like whoever did it wanted, if she was laying there naked and with her, they haven't said anything like if she was S8 or anything like that, but I feel like they would have if she was. I mean, not that I don't remember them ever saying anything like that. So I just don't know. It almost sounds like whoever did this wanted to like embarrass her or, they were angry with her and, wanted, but then again, there's always sometimes there's a lot of cases where there's just some random crazy person at a park who just attacks a pretty woman that's, but also, um, this place is like a pretty busy area. Like it's popular. It's a popular spot. Like it would I just like especially in that area, I feel like it's super risky to just like do that. But then at the same time, if she was walking with somebody, that would probably be like an appropriate spot where they felt like they were far enough away. Like, oh, and thinking of like, a killer, I guess. If I wanted to off somebody and I was walking with them, you know, right here, the trail goes right behind some houses. So doing it right here would be pretty stupid. But I mean, even over here, it's still fairly close to houses, but that would be like a spot where it's like, okay, we're far enough from the trailhead, whatever. But she was attractive, yeah. Yeah, if she wasn't S8, it's got to be someone she knows because then it sounds like somebody was purposely trying to like, humiliate her, I guess. So, hey Johnny. And I mean, I guess all right, let's just I personally don't think Richard is involved. I just don't. Um, because she went to the trail around 6, was seen leaving the parking lot at 6:30, and then 6:45 walking on the trailhead at the man center. They didn't remove her head, but they bashed in her head very badly with a rock. Like definitely not having an open casket. Hey Tony B. Um But the man center has an AA meeting. So to basically live there, you have to follow the rules. They have like you wake up at a certain time, you have this much time to do what you got to do, then you got to be back for a meeting. And I mean, he could have had like a small window, I suppose, but a very small window. I know. um it would have to be a very small window for him. So I don't know. I don't think it's him. Uh like I said, I feel like the most reasonable theories are she met someone at the bar and they went for a walk or some random crazy person. Yeah, it would be very risky for someone to just try and jump out and get her, you know? And like, why didn't anyone hear any screaming or anything like that? So part of me makes like part of that makes me feel like maybe it was someone that she knew. And because here's the thing, if I saw some random person start to follow me and stuff, I'm running, I'm making noise, I'm causing a ruckus. But if I'm with somebody and didn't expect them to attack me, that's a whole different story. So I don't know. That's just what I think. I think she met someone at the bar. I think that's why the guy saw her at 6:30 making a left. Oh, a rock does sound like a weapon of opportunity. True. 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 But at the same time, if you go and meet someone at the bar or something and they go for a walk, I mean, I guess they could like have like a knife if, they plan to like kill her, but I don't know. But that is a good point. Well, could you I mean, there has been several cases where some complete psychopath just lied in wait on a trail waiting for some beautiful woman to attack. Maybe they thought about, essaying her, but then got spooked because it's too busy there or something. I don't know, but like that does sound like a weapon of opportunity, but or maybe someone saw her at the bar and then like stalked her and followed her. But I don't know, it's a weird spot. I don't think anybody could have taken her from like parked on the highway and got in there or from one of these houses because you would have to like walk. That would be super risky walking through somebody's like backyard with a whole body. The only way is to like if she was killed elsewhere, they would have to pull over and carry her in somewhere over here or walk through a yard, and that's just not feasible. So either someone walked on there or they waited. She wasn't far at all from the trailhead, like 20. She was all right. Here's the trail right here, right? And then there's this bridge right here. And then like right here, before you cross the bridge, there's this little bank and like a creek. And she was like happened over there and they drug her and like put her under this bridge, I believe. So not far at all. Like it wasn't too far from the trailhead at all. Let me see if I can find the pictures I have where I can show you. Yeah. I would like to see how big this rock was too. Because I can't pick up I couldn't pick up a decent sized rock. Like you should see me trying to move stuff around, you know what I mean? Like in the garden and I'm trying to move a rock, I'm like, like pushing it over. I feel like somebody would have to be like relatively strong to move a whole big rock, you know? I'm trying to find the photos of that spot so you can kind of have an idea of what it like looked like. It's so annoying because a lot of my like media is in Messenger, so I have to scroll back and like on my phone, I could just hit media and go right to it. But on here, okay, hold on. Here they are. Tia sent me these. So I can't hold on. Let me switch so I can zoom in for y'all. So here's like the bridge that goes across. And like she was found underneath this bridge, but I feel like from what it looked like, maybe it was like off this way a little bit or not far from the trail at all though. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't far from the trail at all. All right, hold on. Which is also crazy to me. It's like it's just so crazy to me that yeah, so here's this side. Come on. So I think this is like down on the one side of the bridge. And it's kind of like over. Hey, Steph. Weed baby. Yeah, I mean, it's it, it's not it, I feel like it would just have to be like quick and uh, oh shoot. Oh wait, y'all probably can hear all the sounds. Hold on. Let me stop. Because I can't. Window. I think it's this one. So here's the bridge. Why is it not? I don't know why it's doing that. But pretty sure it was like down the side of that right there. And Tia also said when she was down there, they were like driving down the trail in their car. So I don't think they have a suspect. I generally think they're like patrolling it. She said like the police presence was really it was busy. Like there was a lot of cops there. They have 10 detectives on the case, which I think is a lot. Um like I feel like they don't know who it is. And here's what's also interesting. There's a teacher who went missing nearby. And there was a few other cases that are like strange with missing people and stuff like that. So people are wondering, is there like a connection to this missing teacher or hold on. Let me see if I can find the case for you real quick. But a lot of people were getting here we go. Maryland teacher vanished just days before slain Mama 5, Rachel Morin disappeared. Hold on, I'll put the thing up so you guys can see it. It's a rich suburb of Baltimore. Okay. Thank you, devil. Thank you, thank you. For 500 pounds of packages, my goodness. Oh, I'm glad I can keep you busy and thank you. I appreciate you. So, she was spotted in a park just days before. All right, so teacher vanished without a trace after being spotted in a park just days before slain Mama 5, Rachel Morin disappeared. So she was seen in a park. So now we have like another case where somebody went missing where they were seen in a park. She was reported missing on August 5th after she left to go hiking. Oh no, this is Morin. Sorry, they're talking about Rachel now. Talking about Rachel. Rachel was reported missing on August 5th after she went to go hiking on the Ma and Pa Trail in Bel Air of Shroom Hills Park. Her badly beaten body was found days later. Although the two cases have striking similarities, police have not explicitly linked them together. Authorities investigating Scylla's disappearance still have no major leads despite an extensive search effort. The top cop added that he had no information on whether the 60-year-old's disappearance was connected to the recent discovery of 2 other bodies in the state. Not exaggerating either. So that's her. She's 59. She's been missing for nearly 2 weeks. She was honored at an emotional vigil in her hometown. She regularly took 30 to 45-minute walks around the park, generally before sunset. So, same time-ish, right before sunset, 6:40-ish, and taking a walk. Maybe it's some random person who gets off on trying to, kill people in busy places and not get caught or something. You never know. The possibility that Scylla may have left the country, he continued, has also been mostly ruled out. We've gotten tips as far away as Pennsylvania. We know the story is out there. At the time of her disappearance, Scylla was a third-grade teacher at the Dora Kennedy French Immersion School. And then they talk about Rachel. That she was found dead in Bel Air over the weekend. And then they say about Scylla, she has the most amazing personality. She's the most wonderful person inside and out. She's a burst of sunshine. We love her. It's going to be an outpouring of love and support for her because she is much needed in the school. We're heartbroken. She is missing, and we're hoping she is found alive and safe. Oh, yeah. You know what? I've watched The Wire, and I wouldn't either. That's like my favorite show ever made, which is heavily centered around Baltimore. It was a great show, though. She's 5'7" and 135 pounds. So we have that case as well, and we have the similarities. So I've been to the Inner Harbor for like a school trip. We went there for like a field trip for school. Dude, The Wire was the greatest show ever made, in my opinion. I still haven't found a show that has beat the genius of The Wire for me. Like, it was just put together so well, The Wire. I loved it. But yeah, that's a little strange. Maybe it's like somebody who likes the thrill kill, Some people are weird like that. There's been a lot of cases. Like, remember that one lady who went jogging in the morning? She was also a teacher. It was like a blonde woman, and a guy killed her. So I think her name was Eliza something. So could, could be something like that. There's a lot of her Rachel's exes have come onto that website and, said they would never do anything and this and that. But I think everyone's kind of like looking into it. I personally don't think it's any of her exes. Well, not like her kids' fathers or that guy Richard, but maybe like another ex or a random guy. But I don't know. I feel like people are looking way too hard into that stuff. Yeah, exactly. Sickos that are out there act out fantasies that you can't grasp in reality. Well, some people like get off on like thrill kills, like, doing it in the day and, to see if they can get away with it type stuff. It's weird. Yeah, it was around Memphis. Yep. Her name was Eliza. I can't remember her last name, but she was running early in the morning. She came from like a rich family, and everyone was like, "What the hell?" And it was just some guy who like stalked her down and, got her. It was crazy. So you never know. But I am gonna hop off now because I've been on for quite a while now, and I have to go help Dave find a tool because he's putting the engine back together because we had to fix the timing chain. Fletcher, yes, Grumpy, you're right. It was Eliza Fletcher. Hold on, I'll look it up real quick. It was in Memphis, but I'm saying, like, that was a situation where it was a random jogger. She went for a jog early in the morning, and this guy basically attacked her, essayed her, and threw her clothes in a garbage bag in the trash. Watch We Own the City. I'll check it out. Oh, really? Like the people who made who wrote the book about The Wire? Yeah, Lauren Hike and Scott's. Yep. So there's, it happens. The guy who got her, what was his name? Something Cleotha Abston. He kidnapped her. He got kidnapping, tampering with evidence, and a first-degree murder charge. But it could always be something like that where it was just some, and maybe there's been several bodies found close by, so you never know. Probably Johnny. All right, guys. Well, I gotta go. I'm gonna try and do like more afternoon shows and be back a little more often now that the summer's coming to an end. I know I've been kind of like far in between, but I need to pull up my big girl pants and come on more because I've been enjoying summer too much. Okay, cool, awesome. I'm gonna watch that Ween Baby. I love The Wire, so I'm definitely gonna check that out. The Wire was like, I can't tell you how much I love that show. Like, I, I've watched so many shows, and there's still not a show that I've found. You know what I just loved about it? How they took, it was genius. They took every part of the city, like East Side, West Side, the docks, and then they went to the police and how the police works, and then the media and the politics, and they mushed it all together to show just how the city works in tandem with each other and how it's all interconnected. And they just wrapped it up with a beautiful bow so well. And I love that show. Now I'm gonna have to go watch the whole season all over again, and I'm gonna check out We Own the City because I'm excited to check that out. But all right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you again, Lori and Devil. I appreciate you guys, and Criminality for renewing, and all my mods for your help. Thank you guys so much. Bye. That's okay, man, Miss Hatter. I appreciate you too. Thank you. Bye, Mary Jane. Love you.